Welcome to our third episode of Insider Talk. And today we have the ravishing Ravina Tandon with us, and we are going to talk to her and find out more about her and her life. She is one of the best that Bollywood could ever have, and she's been a supporter of women, supporter of orphan girls. She adopted two children at a very young age, and there is so much more that we are going to be talking to her. So just wait and let's get her on board. Ravina, welcome to our third episode of Insider Talk. And it's so wonderful to have you here today with us. And I'm going to go into areas that a lot of people know you as an actress and they think you're fantastic. But there are so many other sides to Ravina that they don't know about. And those are the areas we're going to try and go into today. So we'll get Ravina as in 360 degrees. So welcome. And if you want to say anything to the audience before we start.
I just want to say that what an honor this is to be on your show and finally getting you to talk to me. I've had you as a guest on, I think, one of my shows, Isika Naam Zindagi or something. And it was a pleasure always chatting with you. And I've known you for so many years that I'm sure this show is not going to seem like an interview format. It's going to seem like both of us sitting and chatting. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, to begin with, I will start with the usual and with the obvious is that I know that you didn't really want to be an actress, but you landed up being one. So can you tell us how it happened?
I think you're the closest that can get to the real answer. But as you know, that yes, I did not want to become an actress, and I think I had just gotten into my first year of college, and a few of my friends had gone to what do you call a pizza parlor that was called Open House. That was one of the first that had opened in Bandra, and from college we had kind of headed there. And I remember sitting there and seeing one of my brother's friends, Vivek Vaswani, and with him was another gentleman. And Vivek came and said, "Hi, how are you doing?" And all. And I said, "I'm very, very well, thank you." And I was not aware of that at that time that they were planning a movie called Kachar Ke Phool, etc. And apparently the other gentleman with him was Anand Bilani, who sadly is not with us anymore. He, I think, passed away too soon. And they kind of, Vivek knew me. And, I think when destiny needs something to happen, it all happens so simultaneously. Because by that time I had already kind of modeled a couple of ads, and I had also joined Prahlad Kakkar to assist him in pre-production during my, after 10th, when we joined college, there's a good 3-month gap. So in that 3-month gap, I'd done internship with Prahlad Kakkar. So at that time also everyone used to tell me, what are you doing behind the camera? You should be in front of the camera and you should be acting. And I was like a free stand-in model for Genesis, the company. Every time a model would not turn up and they say, "Hey, Ravina ko costume pehna ke khada kar do." It was fun at that time, but that was fun. That was my internship kind of a thing, straight out of school. And so I was doing one of those ads on one fine day called Dollops or some ice cream or something like that. And I was shooting in Bandra. And at the same time, a friend of mine, Bunty, who happened to be a very close friend of Salman's as well, said, listen, and I had done an ad or something with Bunce, that's how I know him. And he called me and he said, listen, you're shooting in Bandra? I said, yeah. He's saying, okay, just come out for 1 minute. I just need, I'll just wave out and say hi to you from my car. I'm crossing your road. I said, oh, okay, I'll and say hi. So I just came out and I said hi to him. Suddenly I saw inside the car that there was Salman sitting with him. And those two had just driven past. And I think Bunty told Salman that, Salman at that time was saying, oh, we're looking for a new girl for this new movie. I'm bringing Sippy Saab. And oh, you must, see Ravina. And nobody knew me at that time because I've not done so many ads. This happened. And Vivek spoke to GP Sippy Saab. And Sippy Saab said, "Arey, मैं तो रवि को बहुत अच्छी तरह जानता हूँ, मैं तो एक phone करता हूँ." And it almost became a family, reunion connection kind of a thing as family friends, because my dad and Sippy Saab and everyone knew each other for so long. And Sippy Saab said, "Arey, it's my movie, so don't worry, I'll look after her. Hamari bachchi hai," and this man. And I just kind of said yes, because I think my college friends were more excited that I'm doing a film with Salman Khan than anything else. So they were like, "इसके बाद तेरे को picture नहीं करनी है मत कर, लेकिन ये तो हाँ बोल दे अभी, you know." So literally ना करते करते हाँ. I think, Kiranji, there was no looking back. It was not that I planned my career or anything.
So I actually knew your dad much before I met you, and we'd worked on a project in a film that I was acting, and we had worked together, and I knew him. And when I heard that, you're going to be doing this great film with us, I was so thrilled, knowing Ravi ji so well. So it was really like almost like a family, and, welcoming someone who you've known indirectly maybe, but for a long time. And I remember those little dinners that we used to have in our house, and you remember I used to always invite you, and you were always so particular about your diet, I remember. And I remember you'd go into the kitchen and pick up the aloo tikkis, which were not fried yet, and have a piece or two just to feel good about it. But Ravina, that's a lot of discipline, coming from you at that time, because today it's a different world altogether in the film industry, and it's all about week zero and this and that, and everybody's doing gymming and exercise. But it wasn't really that much. When you joined or when I joined it, we were quite easy about things. But I remember you being very particular about that, and I think you used to gym also then. So tell us a little what at that time, what made you be so committed to exercise and food and a healthy lifestyle, basically.
I was the fattest girl in class, and I used to get teased a lot. But so when I started movies, I realized that this whole career is about how you look, what you are, your confidence level, and to lose all inhibitions and enact in front of the camera, you need to be confident to a certain level. So that was very, very important for me, and hence, I started concentrating on. Trying to look good the way I am, trying to watch my weight, trying to lose some weight. And then, of course, Salman and Sanju were two rascals who teased me through and through all the movies that I did.
Okay. Ravina, you were must be one of the youngest single moms who actually adopted two daughters at the age of 21. So tell me what went through your mind. I mean, what made you decide this at that young age, when you were not married, you were single, you were working constantly, so busy, and to take on a responsibility of, two children and to bring them up is not an easy decision to make. So tell us about that phase.
Kiranji, actually with my mom, right from my 8th standard or 7th standard, my mom had been doing a lot of social work. She was involved with a lot of NGOs, with a lot of orphanages, and she used to be constantly helping out. And as a child, I've always accompanied her. So somewhere I think that was already instilled in me. And there was always a time where I would feel whether it was a person in need, or it was an animal in need, or it could be anyone in need, and I would want to go out there and help. I think that's exactly what happened with these two kids. We'd already been doing so much work for other charities, and there were these two kids who were born in front of me. I knew them, and I just kind of did not take time to make a decision, because I just felt that these girls were born in front of me. They deserved a better life than what they were getting. And I initially, at that time, it was not possible for single moms to get legal adoption. So my mom and me became the legal guardians first, and that's how then they came to live with us. So we got a letter from their father. Their mother, unfortunately, was not alive, and it was just an instant decision that I can, I'm 21, I'm an adult, and if I can look after and make a difference to someone's life, I think I should just do that. And God has given me so much, I need to share it.
If you have liked our video, kindly subscribe. Press the bell icon so that you can get notifications about our latest videos. Like and share our video.